Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for 2016. Now, this reading here is for Pisces born between March 11th and March 20th, the last 10 days of Pisces, more or less. If you don't know what I've been doing, I've split up every single sign into 3 parts, the 3 astrological decans, and I did this as like a little bit of a gift to my subscribers and everybody who watches me to provide more accurate readings for the year of 2016 and more detailed as well. And definitely, I mean, every single sign on the 3 parts are, for the most part, for most signs, except for like 1 or 2, are very different, and that's definitely true for Pisces. It's like all 3 parts are different. So again, if you were not born between March 11th and March 20th, you can click the description. I have all 3 Pisces videos listed with the appropriate birth dates, and you can find your video there. But I've also been telling everybody, feel free to watch all 3 videos. I'm sure that there will be little things that you can pick up on that'll be important for you in the other 2 videos, so feel free to watch all 3 videos there. The first card you start with, last decan of Pisces now, is the Ace of Clubs. Let me tell you, for you, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, like, the first Pisces was all about work. Second Pisces was a little bit having to deal with some challenges, letting some things go, but it was actually overall a positive year. But needing to also like focus on work and some other things, but really focus on themselves. And now you are the last decan of Pisces here, and it's like a big, huge learning year. And that's also what's interesting to me. I don't know what's going on with the astrology or, this year or not, but it's like all the signs, they've either been having to learn something new for the entire year, or they're focusing on work. Like, there's nothing really in between, which I find very interesting. But Ace of Clubs, I frequently say this is the best card in the deck. It brings abundance to our whole entire lives. And it's also about developing intelligence and planning for better finances. Even I think better finances are coming again. This is abundance in your whole entire life coming in, but it represents needing to use your brain to kind of like make that happen. It's also like anything, if you're thinking about starting a business, and if it involves anything creative, or even in your job, if you could get into a more creative position, that will really benefit you with this card. It's a great card. I mean, it really kind of sets the tone for your year of being a really great year this year. It also brings in kind of like the Ace of Diamonds, financial stability, where you're like not worrying about finances constantly, where you don't have to, where things just kind of work out, and they're not such a challenge anymore with this card. So I'm really happy that this came up first for you. Next, you have the Nine of Spades. Nine of Spades is the card that actually the last Pisces got. It's all about needing to let something go. And like I say, this card is usually, I say, you're not too upset about letting whatever you need to let go, let go of it. Because this card is the card of illness and like bad luck. So you're letting go of it. You're letting go of that illness and bad luck. So it's no longer affecting you. So, I mean, like I said, this could be different for all of you. It could be a relationship. It could be a job situation that you're like quitting and leaving, or a relationship that you're leaving. But it would have been toxic for you in the first place. So you're not, like I say, you're usually not too upset about it. Sometimes with these nines, we can get into this like thing where we're just staying in the situation because it's like a comfort zone thing, because it's like it's what we've known for a long time, but you know deep down that you need to let go of it, and you will do that with this card, which is, like I said, it's good. It'll allow you to move forward if you've been stuck anywhere and things like that. But it is about completing things and letting things go. Next, you have the Eight of Clubs. Very intuitive year as well. Mental, very intuitive, using your brain. It's all about that. I mean, that's what's going on this year. The Eight of Clubs is it's one of the most rare cards in the deck. I say it frequently never comes up. So that made no sense what I just said. I said frequently never, but if this card never comes up in people's readings, it's very rare to show up, and it's because it's, again, a very intuitive card. It represents using your intuition. It also represents the path that we're on. It represents multiple paths, and it's a card of needing to open up to other ways of doing things. So sometimes when this card comes in, we'll be stuck on a business or a job or even a relationship, and it just says, hey, you just need to open up a little bit and look around, and there are some other opportunities that you could be taking advantage of for more success, and will kind of like lead you to other things. Success comes very easily to the Eight of Clubs, by the way, and it's all, people with this card are usually pretty successful because they're willing to work hard for what they want. So it's all about working hard this year and doing hard work. Sometimes you do have to, but again, sometimes with this card you can be stuck on your path. So if you're not finding success, you need to like look around a little bit and figure out like where you can improve or what you can increase. This card rewards hard work, but more importantly, it rewards communication. So again, if you are stuck, communicate with the people around you. Frequently, you'll have a friend, a loved one, or something that will kind of provide you with a little kind of like tidbit of advice that's like that breaks you right out of the being stuck. So open up to people around you with this card. Next, you have the Three of Clubs. Love this card. It's all about second chances, getting a second chance at things. So if you've been stuck again, or it can even be a second chance in a relationship coming back around. It can be a job opportunity coming back around, a raise type opportunity coming back around. But, usually with this card, you didn't handle the situation correctly the first time. So this card says, hey, you messed up the first time maybe, but now you know the right way to deal with this. So now you need to kind of, do it right this time. So, don't make sure not to mess up. It's also a card of teaching, of communicating in like a teaching way. So does that say you're going to become a school teacher? No. It says that you could potentially have opportunities at your job or even your place of business to teach people something new and to get paid for it, to make money off of it. So be open to that. It's also about communication. Again, I mean, your biggest messages here this year are communicating, using your brain, using your intuition. Really important this year for you. So definitely pay attention to that, with these cards. But like I said, this is a great card. It is all about that. It's also about being very creative. 3s and 2s are very creative cards, all about using creativity for success this year. Next, you have the 6 of Spades, all about building momentum. So things might not, might not start off very fast at the beginning of this year, but as we move throughout the year, they'll increase in speed with this card. This card, again, it's all about building momentum and kind of moving things along faster and things like that. So you should be able to build a lot of momentum where you are moving forward. Also, with this card, watch the gossip, watch the things like that, because this card is instant karma. It's going to come back and hit you right in the face if you do something really wrong to somebody or something like that. So, like I say, it's like the karmic boomerang, as people say. You're throwing that boomerang out, but it's going to come back. You're either going to catch it by doing the right thing, or it's going to hit you by doing the wrong thing. So things to avoid, like I said, are workplace gossip, talking behind people's back, talking about people, period. Just don't even talk about people. That's what I would say. Just don't talk about anybody this year with this card. Stay out of workplace gossip. I can't stress that enough with this card. It can really come back to really bite you if you don't. And also make sure to be kind to people. Again, does that say, does that mean you have to give in to people and give everybody what they want and all this other stuff? No, but it does say, try to offer up a little extra kindness this year, because it will come back to you when you need it. So just make sure to focus on that. Next, you have the 7 of Clubs. Kind of lends itself to this whole working hard thing, learning a lot. This card's all about learning. You can learn a great deal under all the cards you have, so really focus on it. But it does also say, hey, you need to create some balance as well. You need to also focus on some other things in your life. So while you may be learning a lot, you may be focusing on learning or going back to school even, or, working and all this other stuff. It says create some balance in some other areas of your life as well. Don't just focus on those things. Make sure to focus on your loved ones. Make sure to focus on yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of your health this year. This is a big health card, needing to take care of your health. So make sure to do all that this year so that nothing bad happens. But the good news about the 7 of Clubs is considered a card of success, a card of reaching a level of success and kind of being noticed. I would say with all these clubs cards, for a lot of you, recognition is definitely on the table, by the way. People noticing you, people recognizing you, people giving you recognition. This includes getting raises at work and promotions because of a job well done. So keep that stuff up. Finally, you end with the 5 of Diamonds. All about launching your ideas. If you have any ideas to do anything, starting a business, getting a job, starting a relationship, whatever these ideas are that are in your head, and you'll have a lot of them with all these clubs cards, plus an idea card like this, you're just going to be flowing with ideas this year. Take action on those ideas. Make them a reality. Make them happen, because the 5 of Diamonds comes and says, hey, all your ideas are pretty good and could be very helpful for you and could make you a lot of money even in a lot of ways. And this card says, hey, use those ideas. You need to, use your ideas to create something. On a side note, this is sometimes considered a birth card. It is a birth card like all 5s, but as an actual, child. So if you don't want to get pregnant this year, obviously use appropriate means to make sure that doesn't happen. If you do want to get pregnant this year, could definitely happen. I mean, it's definitely on the table with this card. But also, the Five of Diamonds says things are changing for you for the better. Things are improving in your life this year greatly compared to last year and the year before and the year before. So definitely like embrace those changes and make those changes happen. Again, one of my problems with all the readers out there, and not all of them, but a majority of people who read, is that they sometimes give off this like thing where they make it seem like you're just going to get stuff, like that you're just going to, and you can use the law of attraction, which is a whole nother thing that I'm going to get into eventually on the channel. That's just not realistic. It's like, if you want things to happen, especially with these 9s and the 5s and the 8 here and the ace, it's like you got to do some work. You got to make some things happen. So with those cards, the harder you work and the more stuff you make happen, the more opportunities you take this year, the more successful you'll be. I really want to stress that. Don't just sit around and let things happen. You got to make them happen. That's a big thing. So thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. And again, please feel free to watch all 3 videos.